Okay, I got a term for what I was talking about last episode, but it sounds kind of stupid, but I like it. Okay. Diamond hard, like die hard, but diamond hard, and perfect. Or perfection. I don't know. We'll just call them diamond hard fans. That's all. That's all we need to do. Diamond hard fans. That's all. I don't need to bring perfect or something stupid like that into it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's go to Sea Slide Galaxy. Oh, but first let's look at it. Toy Time! And that would be the one that would attract me more, but Sea Slide also sounds awesome. And I love all of these galaxies. Sea Slide tends to be one that people don't like, but I like it because of the different things you have to do. Going after Guppy. Okay. So this mission is very straightforward, and while I would want to explore the whole place, I'm not going to do that because it's not part of the mission. Wait a minute, is that penguin? I'll tell you one thing, that penguin is not always up there. Let's go. Who the heck cares? We'll meet those penguins later. No one's out beyond this point. Oh yeah? That's not what I saw. What? From here, you can see that ocean. It's a big ring. Yeah, it's a big ring, and it's just so awesome. Okay, but how do we get there? Come on, there's gotta be a way. Let's explore. Okay, there's probably not a way, although it's in there. So Sea Slide is basically it's a lot like, you're going to notice a lot of similarities to, if you've ever played Zelda Majora's Mask, you're going to notice a lot of similarities to, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like, it's the Beavers place in Great Bay, where you race the beavers. Let's grab the shell, just to get back quicker. You're going to notice a lot of similarities to that, especially when going underwater. And our first two missions are actually going to both be about underwater races, which almost is tempting me to do these all at once, just so we get to explore the whole place. Because we're going to see this whole place and get to explore it. That's the hooligan that's been causing trouble. Yeah, well, I'll teach him. Let's talk to this penguin team. These look like the all-stars of the swim team. Hey, you guys should be the bullies. You shouldn't be the ones getting bullied. So this is kind of funny. There's a big shark, but his name is Guppy. Now, who do we have here? You some friend of those penguins? Let's get something clear here, Landwalker. The sea's mine, you see? If you want it back, show some gills and make it through 8 rings. Ah, we lost our shell. Cheater. Okay, so Z to dive underwater. And abuse the spin until you can get a shell. Of course, tapping A to swim faster also helps you your spin. But don't stop shaking after you get the shell. Otherwise, you will lose it. Red shells are the best. So, there's the lighthouse that we saw earlier. Probably could also see that from the map, that big little hump of land. And look, under it, it's a tunnel of those things from the Big Mouth Galaxy. And eels. I'm seeing everything here. Also, same music as Beach Bear, so that makes it awesome. I really hope he didn't leave anything in there. He didn't. Good. And now we coming back to here. So, it's not that long, but it would be the perfect place to have a race. Well, we just have to wait and see. Whoa. Da-da-da! Haven't done that all this LP, so I have the right to do it now. So, let's take a look at the last major galaxy of the engine room, Toy Time Galaxy. And this is probably my favorite of all galaxies that don't really have a big main planet. The ones with big main exploration planets tend to be my favorites, but this is an exception. Of course, I love all the galaxies in this game, but this is, I mean, Toy Time Galaxy. Heavy Metal Mecha Bowser. In fact, this might even be my favorite galaxy in the game. Although I think this is pretty much everybody's favorite galaxy, isn't it? Well, case in point. Mecha Bowser, reference to Super Mario Sunshine, is definitely a lot different. Speaking of remixes, welcome to the Toy Time Galaxy. We Guillermos are in charge of upkeep and maintenance here. You know, I think we've actually seen one of those guys before. Wasn't that the guy in the bomb area? I've always loved this. This is basically the closest thing they have to a... This is fun and all, but shouldn't we be working? This is the closest thing they have to a main planet. Because, this is the planet that you'll start out on every time. You use the trains to get up. Of course, you don't have to use the trains, but of course would you want to. And look at this galaxy. Let's get a preview of it and see what we have to look at. Okay, so we have the robot planet, an 8-bit Mario, whatever that is. What looks like stuff from Shy Guy's Toy Box. Some gears. There's nothing that way, but down here, and beware, even though it looks like we're in a room, if you fall, you die. And, can't really tell what that is. And a cake! Well, the gears you don't actually go on. So this reminds me of Shy Guy's Toy Box, and what was it, the green stick? Okay, that's the thing. Okay. Okay, we got a checkpoint there. Yeah, the little Mecha Bowser. My friends have been kidnapped. Oh no! The little Mecha Bowsers always get you a coin, I think. So we have gravity things here. I don't know if we've seen this before, but we're seeing it now. How do we get up there? It's probably a better way, like... You see a bolt, give it a spin. Just like buoy base. Am I pronouncing buoy right? I wanted last video, if I had more time, to actually do a whole thing and say like what I liked about Best Wishes and what I didn't, like just so I could kind of like give it, because it's basically almost over now, and I kind of want to do an analysis on what I liked about Best Wishes and what I didn't. Okay, here's what I liked about Best Wishes. I liked the characters, Iris and Silent, and Ash, I think. But Ash is, you know... Whoa, what's under here? Okay. Our friends are trapped over there. Well, we better get to it, then. I'm just kind of confused about where to land. I'm afraid I'm gonna fall in there. There's gotta be something in there, right? Like a swing star. Go for it! Oh. I'm not sure if I've ever been under here. For all I know, this is just how you're supposed to get to where I just was. Or it's how you're supposed to get over here. Oh wait, what's up here? So... Oh, that's how you're supposed to get... Okay. That's how you're supposed to get there. Now I know. I will proceed to show you how I've always gotten there. But first, okay, so I like the characters in Best Wishes. Okay, the battles, while they're gonna make you long for Diamond and Pearl, they were a lot better. They're good. I mean, they're better than the first few generations, or about as good as the first few generations. But still, after Diamond and Pearl, I kind of expected better. And some of the battles actually are really good. You know, say what you will, I loved the last battle between Pikachu and Lucario. Say what you will about it. What else? The chimney. Awesome. Yeah, so that's how I always do it. Oh, we're about to get introduced to something new. A new power-up. The Spring Mushroom. Transform into Spring Mario. You either love this or you hate it. I love it. And no matter how many times I fail at using it, I'm not really so much just worried in this galaxy. It's for another one later on, but I love it. I like, there's something about there's two things about Best Wishes that make it great for me. One is the pacing. I feel like there are no pointless episodes, like where you just see this character one time and you do something random. There are a few, but they're usually good, and a lot of the pointless episodes are actually really good. I feel like the first generation had the best one of those, and I swear I'm not a Gen 1er. My favorites are Gen 1 and Gen 4. The other ones were kind of okay to me. The Gen 5 is kind of on a different level. Like, I think Gen 1 had the best writing, and Gen 4 had the best battles. Both those things are things I would look for. But Gen 4 also had... And so when Gen 4 could do both parts right, and on some occasion, I mean, Gen 1 I feel like didn't have any great battles. I think the closest thing to a really good battle was the one battle at the very end of the Pokemon League with Ash and, what's her name? The one with the Vileplume. That was actually pretty good. You know. I guess for a one-on-one, the Pikachu and the Raichu was pretty good too. Alright. So now we're at our main end planet. And even though this is a boss, this plays more like a level. Kind of like Mega Leg, but longer. So the screws are pretty much how we do damage. If you're going to think of it as a boss. Okay. What else? I love this, but anyway, I love the pacing of Best Wishes. Like, in Diamond and Pearl, just took so long for Ash to get all of his badges, and Best Wishes didn't. And that way they could spend the end of the show, you know, talking about Team Plasma, which they finally did get to do, which is great. And I haven't seen those episodes yet. I definitely am interested in it. I know they brought Dan as a major character. I'm very interested to see how that works out. What else did I like? Oh, here's one thing about Best Wishes that I liked, and I don't know if it was... Here's something about Best Wishes I liked and didn't like, and it worked both ways. I liked that they only showed the new Pokemon. One of my biggest pet peeves in the Diamond and Pearl series was that all throughout it, they showed Pokemon that were not native to the Sinnoh region. Now, with trainers, I can understand, but like in the wild, like, Paul should have never been able to get his wild Ursaring. Ursaring don't live in Sinnoh. And, I mean, I don't... And, you know, there are Pokemon, like, a Pokemon doesn't have to be introduced in Gen 4 to be native to Sinnoh. It's, you know, they're anything from the Pokedex, so, like, you know, Pelipper does live in Sinnoh. What are some more wild ones? So, like, pretty much every Pokemon had something in the wild, and... So, yeah, with trainers, I can understand. But then Black and White didn't have any of it. They didn't even show, for the first, like, 100 episodes, the only Pokemon shown from outside of Unova were Pikachu and Meowth. And Persian in, like, the first episode. But, yeah. And, however, that did work against it, is in the Pokemon League. I was kind of hoping we'd see more Pokemon from all 5 generations. And the only ones we actually saw were the Eevee team, Lucario, and, Pikachu. Okay. I think we need the spring to get up there. Oh, shoot. What else? Oh, shoot. You have to do this this all over again. I liked, oh, and the best thing of all, I think, was that Team Rocket was not in every single episode, and when they were, they seemed to have a purpose, and, yeah. And that was a big thing for me. Team Rocket was really starting to annoy me. Once again, not native to the Sinnoh region, or Hoenn for that matter. So yeah, all that are things I feel like Best Wishes did right. And even, here's what I didn't. My number one problem with the Best Wishes series is not the battling, but I feel like the writing sounded too processed. It didn't sound natural. It sounded very natural in the first season, and the next three were all pretty good as well. But it just sounded too processed, like, all the time. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, okay, so I'll give you an example. There's this one episode where Ash and Silent were battling these two trainers that were a tag battle team, and they had a bunch of combo moves, like what was it? Like Brave Dig, a combination of Brave Bird and, well, anyway, what would happen is that they would use the moves, and then Ash and Silent would take, like, this. Ash would be like, hey, that's Bravier is using Brave Bird, and Drillbird's using Dig. Like, no shoot. Like, I think that your intended audience already knows that. You know? I mean, it's like, I get you have to explain some things, but, like, do it, like, I like it when they explain the abilities, because then you can see, like, how an ability would work in anime, because sometimes they work differently. You know, for some purposes, like. And that was the final hit. What else? So, but overall, that's not the main problem. It's just that I felt like the writing was just way too processed, and I could tell that it was coming out of a script, and it just didn't sound like natural conversations between human beings. And I don't know if that was just because it was a dub, but, I mean, if it was a dub, I mean, I know it's a dub, but all you have to do is just, translate the Japanese words, right? Is that really the... So I guess it's not the dub's fault at all, then. Okay. Yeah, and... You know, there were some good episodes, I think. I think one of the better ones was also... two of my favorite episodes that didn't involve battling, or two of my favorite episodes. One of them was the one with the Litwick at the ghost house. That one was actually really good because they actually, here's what I like, they actually acknowledge the Pokedex. Like, that's a thing that's like, I'm totally talking about, not normal speech. Like, it's like, he's like a robot when he uses that Pokedex. Oh, great, we're gonna get to do another race? Yeah, that's right, a cosmic race. And then, well, you'll see. Yeah, so two of the episodes I really liked were the Litwick at the mansion one. The Bohemian one was too. I'm always a thing for the creepy episodes. I think my favorite episode of all time in the anime is, my favorite, non-battle episode is, even though Ash does have a gym battle against Sabrina, I don't really count it. But that's it. Okay, let's go. So, you could probably even win this without using shells. Okay, maybe. The good news is he doesn't take yours, but he gets a blue shell, which is pretty awesome. At first, you might think that you're going to lose to him, and it's only a race to the lighthouse, actually. And you do eventually have to get up onto land. You can also get these, but he gets out of the water for some reason. And that's not a good idea at all. It's going to allow us to get ahead of him. We're going to keep our lead. It's worth it to get rid of the shell there so we can long jump. Whew. It's a race to touch that star. There's no finish line in the Cosmic Mario. So yeah. And the other episode I really liked was the one where Iris was like talking about her school, because I just started school too, even though I'm not living at my college still. That was kind of emotional to me. Oh, speaking of emotional episodes, the one with Iris and the Dragonite was also great. See, sometimes Iris could be great, and sometimes Iris and Cylon just felt like robots. That's the thing. Like, I felt like when it was good, it could be good. It was just sometimes these didn't put the effort. Here's the thing I've heard people say about Black and White, and looking at it and really thinking about it, I actually have to agree. It seems like they were trying to... Well, I feel like the pacing of the season is good, where, like, they didn't spend too long in one place, and they got all the gym badges in, like, in, like, 80 episodes, not 200. Ooh, we can go there. Oh, I'll hold off on that. Go back to C-Slide. Just to get all these races out of the way, I guess. I read that they, apparently someone thought that they made every attack animation take way too long, and it looked like they were just trying to fill up time in a 20-minute episode time slot, and I can see that, and I can also see kind of the same thing when they're saying, like, hey, look, we're actually starting in a different place. I can see the same thing when they say, like, oh, it looks like he's using braiding, and with the Pokedex, and, like, they don't even talk about the Pokedex. But that's why I like the Witwick episode, because, like, they actually acknowledge the fact that the Witwick cut off the Pokedex, and then even later in the episode, someone says, hey, Ash, your Pokedex got cut off. I wonder why that was, and then they went back and checked. That was clever. But, you know, just with all that... You know, like, they used to acknowledge the Pokedex. Like, Ash said, well, this isn't a forest, it's an open field, like, to the Pokedex. Of course, back then, he didn't actually have any companions, and Dexter was all he had. I couldn't win the penguin race. More of a slow, leisurely snorkel in the reef kind of tone. Hey, you're awake. If you want to get in one of those penguin races, go talk to Coach. Is this Coach now? We've got a penguin race starting here, so you want in? How about the other guy? Say Coach. I don't know. I guess this actually might be like a rival team of the other one. I'd love to see them, like, play hockey. Man, they should have done that in Super Mario Galaxy 2. In fact, did this like, colored penguin team that even come back in Super Mario Galaxy 2? Missed opportunity there. I really hate that about games when you're thinking, oh, look at that, they could do that for a sequel. And I'm like, oh wait, there's already been a sequel, and they didn't do it. You know, I think I've seen that, like, in Banjo-Kazooie a couple times, like, where I'm like, oh, they should do this if they ever make a sequel. Oh, wait, they did make a sequel. Okay, where are these top two guys? Oh, what? What in the world? Oh, stupid thing. Looks like a thing. We're out now. So it's pretty much the same race as always, just a different starting and ending point. So that's the only reason I wouldn't say this Galaxy is my favorite, just because they overused the underwater racing. I guess they did it in Majora's Mask too, and you can definitely see why I compare the two. There's gotta be something else I didn't like about Best Wishes. Oh yeah, I hated the side characters. Hated all of them. At first I liked Trip, but then it seemed like they were just trying to make him be Paul. And then when they stopped that, they just made him, like, all passive and stuff. And, like, they only gave him and Ash a one-on-one battle in the Unova League. I guess that's a way to just show the luck of the draw and what can happen. Which is good. I felt some of the gags got overused, and I can't really bash it too much for that, because Pokemon's always done that. But some of the gags got overused, and the thing is, I didn't even hate most of the gags that got overused. I know a lot of people hated the silent food jokes. I got a kick out of it. I know a lot of people hated the, Iris saying, you're such a little kid. Okay, I hated that one. If it wasn't for that, that's the only reason why I even hesitate to call Iris my favorite character. What else? I think that side characters I hate are Ash's other rivals. Although, I will say one thing, I do like all the battle tournaments they have, like the Club Explosion and the Battle Club and the Junior Cup. all those. I really like those, you know. What else? But I've had pet peeves for almost every generation. Like, my pet peeve in the first generation anime was that, and they actually did this for like the first 3 seasons. In fact, that's why I like Diamond and Pearl a lot, because they stopped doing it. Whenever they would order a Pokemon to use an attack, they would just say attack at the end of it. They'd say like use peck attack, or like use tackle attack, or something like that. And they stopped doing that in Diamond and Pearl, and they only used attack for words that actually had attack in the name, like wing attack. Quick attack, and I say thank you for that, because that was just getting on my nerves. And I liked how they even poked fun of it in the episode where they were showing Ash's flashbacks with Charmander, when they showed Charmander battling Koga's Golbat, and Koga said, "Golbat, use Screech attack!" And you could just tell they were poking fun at themselves, and I like that. Because, I mean, they changed, like, Ash's voice for that part, so it's his newer voice. But they kept that in just because I felt like they were poking fun at themselves, and I like that. So in all, I do like Best Wishes, but it's easy to hate on it. And I think the thing is, when you are hating on it, you're not hating on it because of things the first generation did right. You're hating on it because of things that Diamond and Pearl did right, and thus are Diamond Hard fans. And I do like Diamond and Pearl. I also do like the first generation, which, I mean, are my 2 favorites. They're definitely the 2 best of the series. I think it just depends what you like. And I think the bottom line is, now, I think more people are coming that like, that really like to see the battles and stuff. And all the battle strategy. Like, I'm even going to pull this up. I'm actually going to pull this up. All of the comments on the Sinnoh League and see what they say. Just to see... You know, I'm not too crazy that it's at the expense of Black and White, their Best Wishes, but I'm definitely glad that it's getting some recognition. Best League ever. Paul versus Ash is the most intense battle ever. Who would dislike this? What else? I mean, not everything is, like, done. Oh, I missed the backwards hat. Oh, but they did the backwards hat, though. So that's like him saying, oh, I'm glad they brought that back. Torkoal was a waste, I agree. Ash sucked in the Unova League, because none of his good Pokemon returned. My personal favorite league. I want to suck since he... Whoa! Well, that's positive. I don't know. I always notice that she has gray eyes. Or gray eye. Weasel. Finally saw him fight again. Now satisfied. Childhood memories now. I think that's what happens when things get a little bit older. What else? I really miss Brock. Well, yeah, Brock was in that one. Yeah. What else? A lot of people don't like the legendary horror. Favorite league. Sinnoh is my favorite region. Okay, no one can lie. The Sinnoh League is by far the best league in the anime. 9 thumbs up. And then someone replied, Sinnoh is the best anything. That got thumbs up. And a reply, yes. I mean, I think it's just a sign of the times, you know. And if you weren't interested in this, I'm really sorry. I will not have an episode like this again. But if you do love the Sinnoh League and Diamond and Pearl, enjoy. Especially if you didn't watch it when it was new.